Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Jake, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. This is about the iPhone 5C, the brand new smartphone Apple revealed at WWDC 2013 today, or yesterday technically, if you're watching this video. The iPhone 5C comes in multiple colors. The C stands for colors, you can tell in the picture. It comes in pink, white, yellow, blue, and green. So that's changed for Apple from the standard white and space gray, as they call it, color schemes. The iPhone 5C boasts the same LED display that they did in the last iPhone 5. It's 326 ppi, so you got the same display resolution there. I think that's going to be standard for their phones for the next couple of years. I don't see them getting any better with like Retina 2.0. I mean, they're not really at that level yet like some other Android devices. Right here you have all the pictures. The different devices, they're all the same exact thing, just different color polycarbonate plastic outer covering, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty durable plastic. I mean, you're not going to see any scratches, scuffs easy on that phone. Right here is the WWDC picture. They displayed all the iPhones there so people can see them. I think they were just display models, dummies, but still you have the basic idea of what it's going to look like. It's the same exact specs as the iPhone 5 is. So you're not going to see much difference there. The only difference is the processor and camera. Okay, the camera is a little bit lower end, but it seems to be buffed up above the iPhone 5, which doesn't really make sense. I think it's a lower megapixel resolution, but the quality in the sensor is there, so that doesn't really make sense to me yet, but we'll see how it pans out when the phone is released. It has last gen Apple A6 processor as the new iPhone 5S has a A7 and M7 motion processor. So this phone's pretty last year if you think about it in terms. But for the price point of $99, you can't really complain about that. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of concerned, or not concerned, kind of curious what they're going to bring out next year. Is there going to be a 5C2? They're just going to update it to the 5S specs and make it $100 cheaper. So it's going to be cool to see how it pans out and goes for the next couple of years, because they've only released one phone every year. You know what I'm saying? They don't really release two devices. That's going to be kind of cool. Now, on the same level of interesting, they announced new cases for the iPhones, Apple branded cases, which we have seen in the past, but they're not as unique as this. I mean, look at this. It's a rubberized case, so that'll fit on the plastic of the iPhone pretty nicely. It won't slide off, I guess. You could tell the other phone seems to fit pretty tight. Has a bunch of dots in the back. That looks like a new kind of grip or a new design Apple's going for. That way you can see the color of the iPhone underneath, like right here. You have the white and the blue, which looks pretty nice actually. I wonder if people are going to actually buy this. It has a $29 price point, 29 US dollars. I don't know what that is in pounds or anything, but that's a pretty good price. Like an outer box is $54. I wonder if people are going to buy this. Is this price point going to be too high or too low for them? Let me know what you think in the comments below. The iPhone 5C, the colorized the colorized contrast in that looks pretty nice with the case. Truthfully, it's not too bright, it's not too dark. I think they made a smart decision when going on here. Well, here's some tech specs I won't bore you with. The 8 megapixel camera, so eyesight, standard 1080p HD video recording at 30 frames a second. The iPhone 5S can do 720p at 120 frames per second, which is cool for slow motion and stuff. Apple A6 chip, which is last generation from the iPhone 5. They just repeated it and brought it over to the new iPhone 5C. Of course, that's with the $99 price point. So that's pretty cool. It's $100 cheaper than the last iPhone, but you got some of the same tech specs here. So really, you know how every year Apple knocks down the last iPhone $100 or $50? They're doing the same thing with this, but just releasing a whole new device. If you go to Apple's website, they took the 5 completely off of there, so that's not even on there anymore. They were showing off the 4S, the 5C, and the 5S. So that's kind of interesting to see. I don't know why they didn't roll with the 5, but then again, they gotta totally knock it out if they want to bring the 5C. That's not that much different. The iPhone boasts a 326 ppi 4-inch Retina display, which is pretty impressive for Apple, but compared to some Android flagship phones boasting around 444, it's not that impressive in today's standards. Of course, it is the Apple's iPhone 5C, which is a lower end of the iPhone, but the 5S has the same specs, so I don't know why they didn't increase that. Of course, with that would come a larger display, which I don't think Apple's ready to move on to for another year or two. We'll see what they do out with the iPhone 6 next year, but let's not talk about that too soon. It's got 802.11 Wi-Fi, which is pretty standard. It's home routers and most smartphones. You're not really seeing anything different out there now. You got Bluetooth 4.0, standard for most phones again. connect your keyboards, headsets, stuff like that. On Android, you can even use mouses now, which is pretty cool. Wish Apple would have moved into that market, but I guess not. You got your AirPlay too, so you can stream all your media content to a AirPlay-enabled TV, like Apple TV device, which is pretty cool. You can stream right to that. Watch Netflix on there, audio, any home videos you film with your iPhone and stuff like that. So you can technically use like iMovie app on your television, which is pretty interesting. I mean, it's not the full-scale version, but you can still do everything on your TV with your iPhone, which almost kind of makes it like a smart TV, but not to the same extent. Thank you for watching. That wraps it up for today's video. I know I said a lot, but please subscribe. Videos will get better, I promise, and I'll catch you in the next one.